Before my guest gets here, I just gotta say welcome to the first edition of the Xpress Show podcast. This was basically born after, the message from Unus Annus, Memento Mori, about procrastinating and living life to the fullest. And honestly, I've wanted to have my own podcast for a while now. So that's pretty much the background there. I'm done procrastinating. I'm gonna have some fun while I'm on here. So anyways, this is the Nate Xpress Show, starring Nate Xpress, directed by Nate Xpress, featuring Nate Xpress. Did you guys know this is my show? My guest here, Maintenance241 MK. Some people know him as Ben Connell. Hello, Ben. How's it going? How are you doing?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, we're brothers, by the way, so this is going to be a very nice podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Incredible content.
Gonna be extremely wonderful content.
Oh, yeah, Ben, I've got a weird question for you. I've got it pulled up on literally a website here. Is a hot dog a sandwich? You gotta give me an answer, but is a hot dog a sandwich?
Okay, put it this way. A hot dog is a sandwich with one piece of bread.
Mm-hmm.
Which means if you take a bun and you put it on top of the hot dog with a bun already on it, that should make it a sandwich.
Interesting.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
If you unroll a fruit roll-up, is it a fruit roll-up still, or is it a fruit lineup?
Oh my god, Ben, come on, man. Man. I mean, cinnamon rolls are called cinnamon rolls. Alright, this is a whole shower thought.
Why do we call all the hair on our head hair, but we call a small group of hair hairs?
Oh, man. Ben, you're a... Oh. Man. I just gotta say, Ben, if we're talking about shower thoughts and roll-ups, do you prefer toilet paper over or under?
Like from the start?
Not like over to where it's towards you or under to where it's towards the other way next to the counter. Which it be? And if you say under, I'll kill you.
I guess I do have to say over.
Yeah, hostage situation. In the last type, in the last question here, man. What is the most imaginative insult you can come up with? You gotta think deep here.
Well, I guess it would just, depend on the person. You can't really get, generic with me, because with me, a lot of it's, based off of look, kind of.
Oh, yeah, insult me then. Insult me, dude.
Insult you?
Yeah, insult me.
Alright, let's see here.
Yeah, why are you laughing?
Man, you look like you own the white van that travels around schools, bro. I'm just waiting for you to start smoking so you can pick up the raspy voice to go along with it.
What did you say about me? What did you say about me? I'll have you know, smoking's better than vaping.
Oh my gosh.
So, the only reason we're probably able to shoot this podcast today is because we're not at school. Because we both came in close proximity. Oh yeah, crap! I forgot to use the transition word. I'm gonna fail my essay. But the reason, we came into close proximity with people with COVID. I don't think we have it, but who knows? Maybe we're asymptomatic. And my Earth and Space Science partner got COVID. So and so did one of the managers at my White Castle. Not my White Castle, I'm not the owner, but a White Castle. I've been exposed to it twice, and I still haven't got it.
Well, Nate, you never know. With all this time off and no parents at home, you could say that you could mess around with your White Castle.
Ben, come on.
Hey.
You exist to spite me. Oh, man. Has someone from your work gotten COVID yet?
No, but your Earth and Science buddy is my buddy, and he had it as well. So, staying home, getting tested.
Dang, man. Our county sucks at COVID handling.
Bro, the whole United States of America as a whole sucks at it because I seen a map, and red was like the area where it's affected. The whole USA was red, and there were other places where most of it, and even some countries, were like completely white.
I'm not proud to be an American.
I want to move to Canada now.
Well, I mean, I won't get to see Survivor on Netflix if I move to Canada.
Yeah.
Do you want to deal with Canadian Netflix where almost everything's not available in your region?
VPNs, Nate. VPNs.
This show is brought to you by Xpress VPN.
This podcast is brought to you by NordVPN.
So many VPN ads.
You want access to things you can't have? Well, try NordVPN.
Or become a fucking hacker.
It reminds me of that, remember that one, the troll one? Get free Wi-Fi anywhere you go!
Hold up. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh my god, it was just a bunch of random memes after... Dude.
I mean, random equals funny nowadays.
Yeah, that's Gen Z humor, I guess.
Gen Z humor.
You could put one of those weird filters on a bowl of soup and just have the text soup and they'd think it's funny.
You get 2K upvotes, my guy.
2K upvotes.
I just gotta say, that's a certified Reddit moment.
That's a certified Shungite moment.
This is a certified... Well, I don't want to sit here quoting Reddit all day, but you're my guest, so...
Yes, so you have any more questions? Because...
No weird questions, just, how have you been?
I've been pretty fine. I got the Mortal Kombat DLC coming up tomorrow, actually.
Ah.
I'm excited to play those characters. I mean, except for Melina.
Uh-oh, the Melina Brigade, watch out.
The Melina
man.
stands, oh no. Well, I'm not really excited to play her as much as I am the other characters, because Rain, I haven't played Rain in a long time. I haven't played him since MK9. I played Melina in MKX, and she was busted, as was every other character. And then we've got Rambo, which I think is honestly the character I'm the most excited for.
I mean, Melina's busted in other places.
Not with the MK11 female character models. Oh.
Sex equals funny. Oh, man.
People talk about nerfs to characters in game, in these freaking 3D era. Oh my god, these 3D era guys who grew up on like anime titties are like, they nerfed the female's boobs. We're upset. We're not gonna play this game.
Dang, it's like the boobs are all they know, man.
Really?
Imagine a 42-year-old saying, "Man, I hate they nerfed the boobs," unironically in a serious way. Like, dang, dude, come on.
He acts like those are the only types of boobs, though. Like,
the MK Twitter community.
Dude, the MK Reddit community is terrible, man.
Yeah,
because it's a whole lot of like sexism and a whole bunch of different type of stuff that you don't want to see. Because it used to be, when it started, it was about, just the regular characters, frame data, regular base things about the game that you would talk about. And now we're sitting here with the MK Reddit community with stands, the sexism, the weird-ass comments.
Ugh.
This is literally why MK Twitter is better than MK Reddit.
I mean, not by a far margin, because MK Twitter always complains. Ed Boon, he can literally say, "I beat cancer," and they'll be like, "Hey, when's the new MK update DLC
Well,
coming
those are the stands. The majority of the MK Twitter community is the professional players, and they're not afraid to shoot the shit. I'm telling you.
Oh,
They aren't gonna lie. They're not gonna be nice or whatever. They don't give a single fuck. They will shoot whatever.
What I just gotta say, what's the most agreeable, unpopular opinion someone in the community has said?
An unpopular opinion? I I don't really know too many unpopular opinions, but I do know a very popular opinion, and I agree with this, is that upgraded Jackie is fucking broken.
Oh man.
Okay, they had to. They attempted to nerf her, and then failed at it. But now, with the Ultimate Edition coming up, we've actually got a better way to counter upgraded, which is they added more frames that you can flawless block. And if you can flawless block, she can't do the weird bounce up and down teabag type shit that you normally see. And plus, when you flawless block, you can, of course, hit her with a launcher as well. So you can get a full combo off of a flawless block.
Mm-hmm.
Because, honestly, base Jackie is already really fucking overpowered. And then upgraded makes that way worse. So I'm glad they're finally getting a decent nerf on it.
Dang. That's some nice. You went very informative there. My brain cells need to process what you just said because you're way more into the community than I am.
Yes, the MK guru, at least from 9 through 11.
9 through 11.
Because I know the basics of what happens during, like, the 3D era, but I don't have the in-depth knowledge of the 3D era. Because I haven't played any of those games. I haven't really had the time to want to go in-depth and watch that type of stuff. Because I started from 9. And that's kind of where the knowledge began. So it kind of goes from 9 to 11, a little bit of the 3D eras I know.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Mortal Kombat, there's still this moment when we went over to our friend's house, like down in his basement. I believe it was Annihilation or Deception. I can't remember. And there was this like big roster. Huge.
Yes, you were talking about Armageddon.
I got that wrong.
Yes, Annihilation is the name of the second movie.
I'm so out of touch with the community.
Dude, that movie was shit, honestly. The CGI was terrible.
Let's kill Johnny Cage at the beginning, honestly. Why you never kill Johnny Cage at the beginning of a Mortal Kombat movie, ever.
Oh my god.
Johnny Cage is like, he oozes charisma.
Oh my god. Dude, you know what I thought sucked in the first one is that they just killed Kano nonchalantly. Like, the way Kano works is that, you know what I mean, he does the greedy shit and he does the underhanded stuff, but even when he fights Sonya, most of the time he could, like, slither around and get away. Even if he gets his ass beat, he still finds a way to live. And so in their first actual, like, fighting dialogue encounter in the Mortal Kombat movies when they fight, and then she fucking kills him, bro.
Snaps his neck like, twist it like a pretzel.
I know, man. It sucks. Because, I mean, if you think about it, if you look at the games, he does the surviving thing that we're used to. And even when he encounters Sonya and he gets his ass kicked, he still finds a way to get away. And then, spoiler alert, he dies in 11. Because of the whole time clause thing where Sonya shoots fucking classic Kano. So then, new gen Kano dies. And, you know, that's the end of the Kano arc for right now. And I'm like, you know, well, shit. He didn't slither away that time.
Yeah, I always love that heel comeuppance.
He's honestly, he's really heelish. Like, he's one of the best heels. Like,
I mean, yeah, obviously he threatened to rape Cassie, Ben.
Oh my, it's just the way he is.
She's gonna meet Uncle Kano.
She's gonna meet Uncle Kano. You know, and it's really funny because I love the dialogue because he's such a fucking bastard, you know. it's really funny.
Ugh. Man, only if wrestling had more despicable heel, like Roman Reigns, the tribal chief. He's good.
That's good shit. You know, I like the tribal chief. Because before, when we had face Roman, he kind of didn't do a whole lot of stuff other than go out and fight authority guys or whatever, you know. And his character was kind of stale and it was kind of getting shoved down the fans' throats, so they booed him a lot. Like, it got to the point where when they wanted him to be cheered, they had to edit in the cheers. And now, as the tribal chief, the fans fucking love it. I love it. So they're cheering him, and they have to edit in boos now.
Wrestling fans cheering heels and booing faces be like, that's exactly how it is. Like, you got some heels like AJ Styles, you can't help but to cheer. You love to hate AJ Styles. And then, I don't know, man. Roman coming back from leukemia is what really, like, I can't boo Roman anymore. I just can't.
Like after he came back from leukemia, I don't think the fans really booed him as much as they did before, but they certainly didn't like cheer for him.
Mm-hmm.
Like some fans cheered, some booed, even though he survived leukemia, which is, that's surviving leukemia, you know what I mean? That's a big fucking thing to do.
It's no joke, it really isn't.
It's no fucking joke. And so I think one of the times where he got a major pop before the tribal chief was when he said, "I'm in remission, y'all."
I still love that moment.
And they fucking popped hard. Like, really hard. Alright, and now I think with the tribal chief, a lot of us are enjoying it more because he's able to do more moves. He's got a guillotine choke now. And he's gotten really solid on acting. He's worked out with The Rock, made himself look a whole lot leaner. You know what I mean? Like, if you've seen the Hell in a Cell, you know what I mean? Like, he was crying and stuff, and he fucking trolled the hell out of us. And I think that's wonderful. They should continue doing that with Roman, and Paul Heyman helping him out as a mouthpiece a little bit. That's helped, too. Like, the segment where he was fucking shooting on Drew on SmackDown. Nobody watches Raw. You're not missing much,
Oh my god. Oh man.
Like that's great. That's great chemistry between Heyman and Roman, and you can totally see that this is a wonderful direction to take him in.
2020 has been very odd for wrestling. Marty Scurll gets outed. Roman turns heel, and nobody saw Jey Uso being a top SmackDown star. But that's what he's becoming, and I'm happy to see that because I think Jey Uso has potential.
He does have a lot of potential to become a great single star. Really does. Mm-hmm. And I think it would work more to build him like what they're doing now, where he's kind of, underneath the chief and kind of learning the ways of what Roman is trying to teach him.
I like how Jimmy Uso is just like, he's gotten the shit kicked out of him twice by Roman, and Jay joins him anyways, and I'm curious to see what's going to happen if Jimmy comes back.
Yeah, if Jimmy comes back, they could form a trio maybe, but, not necessarily fight too much as a trio, but more of Roman is like the top guy and Jimmy and Jay is more of like the tag team. You know what I mean? Like they usually are a tag team because, they're the Usos.
Uso.
And I think it could be more of Roman helping guide their tag team back to the direction they were because they did become faces even though they still got, the quote-unquote the savage attitude that they had before. But you do remember prime heel Usos.
Oh boy, that was entertaining to watch because you just know they needed to turn heel.
Right, you know what I mean? Like, the segments they had, the promos that they were doing, that was great. And I think what they could do with Roman, if Jimmy comes back, is kind of get them back in that big heel direction.
And who can forget the Usos and the New Day feud? That was the most entertaining thing on SmackDown 2017, which while I'm a SmackDown fan, it was incredibly mediocre, and the Usos and New Day was a big bright spot. They just had that chemistry. They went together well.
They really did. Like, the Usos and New Day, honestly, because you know how I am. I won't necessarily watch too many tag team matches unless it's a tag team I actually enjoy. And, I like the Usos, and I like the New Day. And I said, I don't typically watch their matches too much, so I do want to see, them wrestle each other. And their matches were so good, I just had to keep watching it. Every time, every segment that they were with each other, every match that they had, everything, I was going to watch it.
The rap battle is still iconic. Keep it PG. You know it's good, just don't get all rated R.
No, like your boy Xavier Woods.
Man, that was nuts. Absolute nuts.
Yeah, it was very great segment.
And the continuity of the New Day saying carrying bags for Roman, that's I like to see what that is if the bloodline ever moves to Raw and the New Day's back together. I want to see that. I do. Big E versus Roman and Kofi and Xavier versus the Usos, all a few years later. Big E in the spotlight. I can't wait to see that, but there's another feud I'm interested in to see, Ben, if you don't mind me sharing. It's Roman versus Drew. And I don't want them to fight at Survivor Series. I'd rather they save it for WrestleMania. Honestly.
Yeah, I understand.
Remember WrestleMania 35? When Drew targeted Roman's leukemia? Drew's like this new fresh face, right? I don't think they'll do it, and maybe it's best to just leave it. But imagine if Roman said, "You're no better. You went after my leukemia." Like, I wonder how that would go down.
Yeah, my thing is that there's kind of like a Survivor Series placement right now. Like, if you've looked at the past Survivor Series cards, the WWE or Universal Championship has changed a couple times. Like, before Survivor Series happens, the championship changes hands. And I hope that they don't do that this year because, you know what I mean, people are already predicting that they're going to do it again this year. I kind of hope that doesn't happen because I'm honestly looking forward to Randy versus Roman if it happens.
Yeah, I can't really name exactly one bad Randy versus Roman match, but, like, here's the thing. If Randy loses, like, what was the point of Hell in a Cell? What was the point of him winning? Like,
yeah, what was the point of him beating Drew at Hell in a Cell other than to tie Triple H? You know what I mean? But we know that we don't want that to just be the transition. You know what I mean? Because you can sit here and have a at least meaningful 1 month, maybe couple month title reign, you know, and have him solidified, you know what I mean, with the championship. Or you could have him win at Hell in a Cell and then a couple weeks later have him lose it to Drew McIntyre again so that Drew can fight Roman.
Like, I'm interested to see how the Fiend and Alexa are they gonna have a triple threat match at TLC or the Royal Rumble? Or,
Yes, I'm excited to see where that's going to go to because we know that the Fiend is going to target Randy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's already sent a message already to Randy while he was feuding with Drew.
Who can forget the House of Horrors?
The House of Horrors with that dusty ass fridge.
That fridge. He tosses a fridge on him and he's literally back in the arena. There was a freaking man. I don't know how to describe the House of Horrors, but it was bad.
Okay,
still
so
think it's bad.
the House of Terror, that was bad. We all know that was bad. However, the Haunted House of Terror match between Dexter Lumis and Cameron Grimes. Dude, that was wonderful. I loved it. Because the acting on Cameron Grimes, I didn't think that he could act as well as he did. You know what I mean? I thought he could get in his character really well and, you know, pull the regular type of things. But his facial expressions and everything he did was acted really well. Mm-hmm. And I have to say, it was really, really funny. Like, there were some parts of humor in there. I didn't know Loomis had a sister. I'm feeling a bit grimy myself. And he opens the shower curtain, it's a fucking demon.
Oh, I didn't know that happened. I mean, Cameron Grimes, he's flipping out. I mean, I'd be flipping out too if I'm in a haunted house and swole-ass Dexter Loomis just bum, bum, bum. He's walking over to me.
He's fucking sulking him like the match started and he was going into the house because he was going to look for Loomis. Loomis is sitting there in the fucking tree. And Loomis broke down like 3 fucking doors.
The guy's got strength. I mean, it doesn't surprise me he's going to murder someone in a haunted house. He literally kidnapped Roderick Strong. He kidnapped somebody.
Yeah. And the funny thing is so eventually they do make it, but I like what they did. Like, with the House of Horror, they made, like, the house, like, right next to the arena. You know? And with the Haunted House of Terror, what they did is when when Grimes, when he left the house, they had like kind of like a cinematic of him like running really far. Like really, really far because they already had the van drive him over there. So we already have a match, like, like that's part one. When Grimes starts running, that's the end of part one. And then eventually we get the second part where it kind of leads into the arena. And what's funny is Grimes, like, he's running around trying to find an escape in the arena, and then these zombies and the demons, they start popping up. And I thought it was kind of funny. So he goes into the ring where Loomis is standing behind him, and then the zombies, they start kind of encircling in the ring. Now, Grimes, he hits the cave-in on one of the zombies, but one of the funny parts to me, just like in ring-wise, was Loomis picked up one of the zombies in a military press and fucking threw it at Grimes.
Oh, man.
And what's funny is that there's continuity in this. Because now I seen a segment where Grimes, I forget who he was facing, but it was recent, and the ref kind of like got close to him a bit. And there was a zombie referee in the Haunted House of Terror, and he was holding an arm in his mouth.
Oh.
And so when the referee gets close to Grimes, Grimes freaks the fuck out, because he's having that PTSD from the Haunted House of Terror match against Dexter Loomis, and I think the continuity in that is wonderful.
Dexter Loomis is like, he's got big ball energy, dude. He picks up a zombie. This thing can literally eat you and turn you into a freaking walker.
I mean, they're kind of with
here.
him. They're kind of with him, though. Like because the way that they were going with Loomis is more of, like, strange. Like, what surrounds him, exactly what he is strange. So, the zombies don't even give a fuck about Loomis. They're going after Grimes.
This is what Dexter Loomis did in his time off. And that's why Roderick is scared of him. He formed a big supernatural monster cult. Neither of them could handle it.
What if he kidnapped Roderick Strong and took him to the Haunted House of Terror?
I mean, who wouldn't be terrified walking into that house?
Oh my gosh. And, Roger Strong and Dexter Loomis, that was wonderful. I love that rivalry. That was great, too. And I remember on Dexter Loomis's Twitter, when this was going on, he had added Roger Strong, and it was a picture of the trunk of a car, but it had, like, a monster design on it. You know what I mean? Like, the trunk was the monster, and the opening was, like, a gigantic mouth with sharp teeth, and there was, like, a tongue spilling out from the inside. And I honestly thought that was really funny, because they're taking it to Twitter,
Oh, boy.
And then there was a time while he was kidnapped, Dexter Loomis uses Roderick Strong's Twitter and posts the famous, like, the stare image of himself that I've used a couple times.
Do you see me laughing? Are you a comedian?
Wow, that's really funny. Oh my gosh. I'd have to find that image, but yes, I freaking love that image.
Just remembered. Wait a minute, so you're saying Cameron Grimes is actually gonna peek at Dexter Loomis's sister, suppose, while she was showering?
Yes.
Oh, he deserves to get his ass kicked.
Yeah, see,
Fuck
so
Grimes.
he was running from Loomis, and he makes his way to the bathroom, to get away, and he locks the door, and then he sees her. And honestly, that whole part was really funny to me. Like, it was really funny. Like, our dad, he likes Cameron Grimes. I'm like, dude, I know you don't really, like, watch that all the time, but you have to go watch on an After Terror match, because it was really funny. And I've still got to get him to watch it. Like, it was really, really funny to me.
The guy was literally thinking with his dick when freaking future serial... Oh, we don't even know if he is a serial killer or not already. Dexter Loomis is literally going to hunt for him. He's like, man, I'm feeling grimy.
I'm feeling a bit grimy myself.
Oh, man. That's carny stuff.
Let me see if I can pull it up really quickly.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, don't play it into the mic. We'll get copyright struck.
I won't.
Ben, you ever, while you're searching for it, you ever think about starting your own podcast?
Broadcast.
Yes, of course.
Well, I can't find it, but I'll pull it up on the network later and show you.
Because you ever heard of Unis Honest?
Like Unis Honest or whatever. I've heard of it. I have not seen it.
So pretty much, because it just ended, they uploaded a video every day for a year and then live stream delete their channel. It's, you know the phrase memento mori?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's pretty much the point. And if people archive it, that's removing the whole point of Unis Honest. Because pretty much the theme is have fun, enjoy what you have while you last, before your own clock ticks down and you die. It's dark, but that's pretty much what it is. It had Markiplier, Crank Gameplays, also known as Ethan. They boxed a sex toy.
Oh my gosh. But it does sound like, you know what I mean? Like, it did sound like they were just having a whole lot of fun. From what I've heard, it sounded like they were having a shit ton of fun.
What's up, Game Theory? It's Matt Pat, and oh yeah, Mark took a shot at Matt Pat for theorizing or overcomplicating the Unis Honest lore. What is Mark hiding?
What is Mark hiding? Is it a serial killer past? Or maybe it's a large sex toy?
Man. Like, I heard he still does FNAF game theories.
Oh my god.
I'm not too big a FNAF fan, but when your game is still being talked about since its release, still majorly, there's still fan games. It's like a Mario or Sonic or Crash or Ratchet and Clank, those games. You did something right.
Yeah, it's big, but I still think that people can still talk about it, you know, that's fine, but he's still going into these theories, which I think have already been, like, debunked, and lore has already been, like, figured out for all the games that we have so far already. You know what I mean? So if he's still going on about it, you know what I mean, then these theories have got to be coming out of his ass or something.
Or the internet, because a lot of stuff comes out of the internet's ass. You been on Reddit or Twitter or Facebook?
I've been on Twitter. I have not been on Reddit, like, ever.
That's not a wholesome 100 of you.
Wow, Nate.
Praise our God, Keanu Reeves.
No, Nate, you were supposed to praise the SmackDown savior. For the greater good.
Shot by Aaliyah Mysterio.
Oh my god, are we really gonna get started on that now?
Oh, man.
Oh my god, the horrible fanfics that we were finding.
Some fanfictions are so dopey.
Dude, remember the one I found yesterday? The Beast's only weakness, where it was Brock Lesnar and Dean Ambrose, and Brock would get angry every time Dean talked about his ex, Seth Rollins.
That's a big dating red flag, Dean. I don't think you want to go date Brock. He seems to have a bit of
Oh
some
my
issues.
god. Dude, remember there was one called Beauty and the Beast, and it was Brock and Nia Jackson. Remember, Rick chimed in with, which one's the beauty? Because they both sure as hell ain't pretty.
Wow.
Oh my god.
He bonked him.
Dude, he hella bonked him. Remember, which one was it? Liam said one about Shawn Michaels and Adam Cole.
Pat McAfee bullies Adam Cole and Shawn can't stand it anymore. He's about to give him some, sweet chin music, alright?
Yeah, and then later on in the story, he gave Cole a little bit of sweet chin music.
Oh, yeah. He gave Adam Cole a baby, alright? This is pretty awkward.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Dude, the fanfics that we were finding on Wattpad were horrible, bro.
We still need to find that one, I'm telling you. That one where Brock Lesnar saves AJ Lee from CM Punk with a gun. 12 rounds head ass goes in there.
Oh my god. And he just beats the shit out of him. And remember I think we read a little bit of it too. And the image for the second chapter where this happened was a fucking gun. Like, because they can put the images up there, And the second chapter, all there was a fucking 1911. But they didn't make it transparent. That bitch had a white background.
White background. Oh my goodness. Were they dared to write that? Because, oh man.
Dude, remember the SpongeBob one with Bubble Bass? Gotta give him a little bit of the bubble. Dude, I swear to you that with the way this dude was writing it, it was almost like he didn't want to, like he lost a bet and had to write it.
He was stalling.
He was stalling the scene so much because we know what was going to happen. We know that was going to happen. And he was stalling so much, like he didn't want to write it.
I mean, I don't blame him. I'm kind of glad we stopped because
I'm kind of glad we stopped before it even happened, bro.
Yeah, nobody wants to.
As many jokes as we can make while it was going on, you know what I mean? With my little, he's gonna get a little bit of the bubble, you know. As many jokes as we can make of that, we didn't want to read that far into it.
Yeah, it was a big sigh of relief.
Honestly, Noah was out of there. He didn't want to hear us reading fan fiction.
Noah's just not in the bad fan fiction.
Oh my god.
He's just not.
Hey guys, you remember reading Bully?
Bully XXX.
Oh my god.
Noah said the ending made him sad because the main character died after giving birth.
Wow.
I probably would have gotten a bit sad too, but you know.
I didn't even read it, but I just remember hearing about it.
I'm curious to see how he ranks Bully XXXTentacion now, like months after finishing it, or doing a reread.
Yeah, he might want to reread it.
I don't think he wants to.
Probably not.
He can only go through a birth, death so many times.
Oh, dude, I looked on Twitter, I think it was yesterday, and I thought this was really funny, is Beast, you know who Beast is?
Yeah.
Oh, following the best accounts in the IWC. So, anyways, he was talking about him and Handwash catching a guy jerking off on the call because he forgot to mute his microphone.
Ew. Who jerks off on a call?
Dude,
do that in private.
But the funny thing is the comments were hilarious, bro. Like, like Beast said, we caught the motherfucker red-handed, and the dude comments below him, I think you caught him white-handed.
Oh, man.
Oh my god, I think I said something too. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick. Boy, it was really funny. I thought it was really funny. Let me look.
I mean, just curious, do you know which match it was when he was jerking off, or?
It was just on the Discord call. Like, it was just on the call.
Wow. Who in the actual heck?
I said Mans thought he was slick.
I mean, his hand sure is.
Yeah, so in a Discord call with a few motherfuckers, and one motherfucker forgot to mute his mic and got caught jerking off. Bro, they be wildin' all the time.
You want wildin'? Ben, you know about real life shipping, don't you? Because I already talked to Noah about this.
Oh my god. The shipping, bro. I can't even... People ship characters with shit that don't make sense. Okay, just like that Beast's only weakness, bro. That shit made no sense. Brock Lesnar and Dean Ambrose?
Ugh.
I mean, I know it's 2016 WWE, so now he's John Moxley, but really? Really?
People will ship anyone. If we ever hit it big, I guarantee you people would be like, there was much more to the brotherly attraction between Nate and Ben.
Oh my god. Nah, dude, they're gonna ship the whole fucking clone.
Oh yeah, me and Noah are getting shipped to hell.
Dude, I swear to you, if people seen like half the shit that we say in there, they would think we were some sort of... they would think that we were gay or bi or something. Because, honestly, some of the shit we say in there is like... it's extra.
I mean,
it's out of pocket.
Yeah, just like Dak Prescott's ankle. No, I'm not gonna.
No.
That was pretty bad. I feel bad for Prescott. The injury was nasty, but like.
Was that the one where like his ankle was like?
Yes.
Ow. That's fucking horrible, man. Dak Prescott. Last time I checked, that he was a great athlete, like in football, you know. Because I don't watch football that much. You know, I don't watch it too much.
Yeah, after the Eagles won and destroyed their town, you decided it was enough. Eagles fan.
Honestly, bro, if they lose, they riot. But if they win, they riot. And they're sitting here knocking down telephone poles. Knocking down telephone poles. Climbing towers.
Let's go! Property damage!
Honestly, bro, property damage, but you fucking won. This is a time when you go out to White Castle and get yourself a crave case. You know I had to. Which one? Is the crave case like that 99 one? Or is it like the 60 one?
Nah, it's just a 30, but there was this one DoorDash where we had to make like freaking 80, I think.
80 sliders, bro. I can't imagine that pain. I remember one time while I was working in the morning, some dude ordered like fucking 8 burritos or whatever. You know, because we've got burritos like, you know, sausage, steak, and cheese or whatever. And I sat here like, 6? Go to fucking Taco Bell. Like, we are not a Taco Bell. We are a Sonic.
I mean, maybe you have more authentic food than Taco Bell.
Dude, our beef looks like it's fake. Same as fucking Taco Bell.
It's kind of the same as the White Castle here.
I mean, our beef can rot, you know. I don't know, like, what type of thing, or if it's even actual beef. But, it can rot if it's not preserved. But McDonald's, bro, you can sit a McDonald's patty in a fucking corner for years and it not change, bro. What the fuck do they use for their patties, bro?
I don't know. But it seems to have affected, I don't know, McDonald's fries are the best part of McDonald's. Cheeseburgers are pretty much just like, alright.
But you have to agree with me right here. Burger King fries, top tier. That is the top tier. That is the S tier fucking fries, dude.
Well. Wendy's has come to challenge you, friend.
I think that the salt that Burger King uses is better than the salt that Wendy's uses. Because Wendy's uses sea salt, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we use sea salt here too. For our fries, only if it's requested. Like, we had one person say, my fries aren't seasoned enough. Go somewhere else. It's the same when someone orders like 20 or 30 plain or whatever. Like, there's a ton of other restaurants out there that serve plain, and it's not that I don't like doing them, but I kind of don't like doing them. It slows the whole line down.
Yeah, so, like, at Sonic, we get, like, a whole bunch of weird orders, bro. Some chick wanted their corn dog. You know how we can, like, we can get stuff, like, overdone or whatever, and, like, we can make them, like, solid, we can make them crispy. This chick literally said, I want it crispy, but not too crispy.
Okay.
Okay, isn't that a regular fucking corn dog?
The floor is made out of floor here, ma'am.
The floor, yes, the floor here is made out of floor. Like, it made no sense. I want it crispy, but not too crispy. That's a regular corn dog. We had to sit here when this could have been done within the span of less than a minute, but her order literally makes us wait for like 2 minutes to get a fucking corn dog done. Because that's all we were waiting on for the order was the corn dog. Because she wanted it not too crispy, but still crispy. Like,
it's conflicting on people that order fast food. You order fast food, you don't really care. You get what you want to eat. You work in fast food, you understand the pain of the workers that have to make that stuff.
Right, like, I get a drink. I make my own drink from Sonic, bro. I make a suicide. I fill it halfway with, like, all the drinks except for, the diets and stuff like that. And then I put nerds in it and I slush it, and you like it, and the sis likes it, and I like it. but it's not something I can get if I go through the drive-thru. I'd have to go in and do that shit myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not on the menu. I sit here and dubbed it the O'Connell special. Like,
The O'Connell. Can they? Well, if you didn't turn in then they could have dubbed it the O'Connell special.
I don't think anyone else drinks it. Like, I'm the only one who's done that. Like, they thought it was weird. One of my managers, Mike, he's like, I don't think that tastes good. I'm like, dude, you're fucking sleeping on this. It tastes great.
I love interaction in fast food because the people don't really know you. And pretty much it's like a challenge. You sure you can eat 9 sliders? And I'm like, oh yeah, I ate 12. Watch me.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and so there's some funny stuff. We all crack jokes. We had a guy that used to work there named AJ, and we'd crack sex jokes because there was only us guys back in the kitchen. Like, I'm not shitting you. We only had guys back there in the kitchen. We had no women. Like, almost all the women were up front making drinks. And so we get one chick back here, like maybe once or twice, or maybe she's back there while I'm not there. But while he was back there, we were all making sex jokes. Well, she was back there and she wasn't having it, bro.
Wow. I mean, it depends. Does she like go through trauma or something to where she doesn't want to hear it? Or is it just like immature?
No, it's just she's just complaining about like the amount of sex jokes that we were making, especially him, especially AJ, because it was wonderful though.
Well, did you know why he got fired? Or
no, he ended up putting his 2 weeks in.
All right.
Yeah, he didn't get fired. He isn't like the guy at your work who straight up asked that chick, bro. What question was it? What did he ask her?
I can't remember.
Either way, like, what he asked her was, like, pure fucking sexual harassment.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And I'm sitting here thinking, we may make sexual jokes sometimes back there in the kitchen, but we don't ever pull some shit like that. Not even as a joke, we don't pull shit like that.
I know you don't. You don't sexually harass, bro.
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah, because professionals have standards.
I mean, professionals don't crack that much sex jokes.
Hey, if the customers can't hear us, it's fucking fine.
Oh. If the customers don't hear us, it's fine.
Well, I mean, I remember one time where we were getting, like, close to the end of, like, all of our shifts, because, sometimes we have times like that where, like, almost all of us end at the same time. And so we had gotten through, like, a gigantic rush of orders, and so we go, like, one of the people up front, they go, yeah, woo, we've got this done. And the chick sitting there, like, at the window, she also goes, woo. So, like, they were kind of, like, wooing back and forth a little bit.
I love when the fun customers come around,
I have to say, I love fun customers, because sometimes we get, like, this one obnoxious couple, all right? And, people are like, oh, they're a pain in the ass to deal with. I'm sitting here like, you give them their food and you don't talk to them. Like if I had to, I would just give them their food. Even if they're obnoxious, I wouldn't give a fuck,
my fries aren't seasoned enough.
My fries aren't seasoned enough. Well, we watch them salt them.
Exactly. Excuse me, my chicken isn't enough chicken. Can you take that back and make it again?
I think that, I understand that, they want to have a reputation, but some of the shit that they are pushovers about is insane. Like, this chick was, like, complaining and, screaming and yelling really hard because she said that something wasn't done right in her order. Alright? And so they asked her if she had a receipt. She said no. Usually, we don't remake orders unless they have a receipt to prove it, that type of shit. But with the way she was, and because they didn't want them to file a complaint, they kind of pushed it over and decided to remake it anyways. I'm like, they might have eaten it, not asked for a receipt, still been hungry, and then just fucking asked for more shit. You know what I mean? And they got it free of charge.
Oh, yeah.
Because they don't want to complain. I understand that, they get paid and that they don't want complaints, but if you don't have a receipt, just tell them that it's in their policy not to remake something if they don't have the receipt. Because that is policy. That is a policy that we are supposed to follow, is not to remake anything unless they have a receipt.
Yeah, you ever have a racist pull up in your drive-thru? Because I just gotta say something about that.
I have not had, or at least heard, someone racist pulling up in a drive-thru.
Well, get ready, Ben.
Oh boy.
So this guy at the register, he's African American. He's taking this guy's order, and I don't think they got along too well, but nothing really. I don't know. The details are still fuzzy, but the guy gets to the back window to get his order, and the guy says to the manager who's handing out his order, "Can you do me a favor and fire him, please?" Manager says, "I appreciate the joke, sir." Shuts the door and says, "Racist son of a bitch."
Bro, yeah, that's... Hey, bro, your manager's real. Okay, they're real for that. My manager's... I think that if they did see it, they would complain about it, you know what I mean? But they wouldn't, like, crack a line like that in front of all of us, Because they've got to have standards. Like, you know what I mean? The coworkers, those of us who are coworkers, hell yeah, we would say a line like that, you know what I mean? But them as the manager, they've got to kind of try and keep it professional. At least us as workers, we don't have to maintain the same professionalism that they do. Like, you know what I mean? That's why we can crack sex jokes in the kitchen,
Like, the guy at the register, he was understandably pissed. Like, imagine getting discriminated against for the color of your skin. Like, I haven't been through that. It pissed me off too if I were black.
Honestly, it does kind of piss me off to see that the racism is still going on, you know what I mean? Like, Bill Nye fucking decoded why people are of different color based off the fucking equator. Okay? He really did. He really proved it. He proved that the difference in people's skin is due to where they were a very long time ago based off the equator.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I mean? Like, that's why black people, that's why the color of their skin is different from white people. You know what I mean? But we're still all people. It's just based off of the ancestry of where they were on the equator that they may look a little different. Like, there's no difference. We're all still people.
Like, I've been vocal about how racism is outdated on Twitter, but I'll say it again here. Racism is outdated. It doesn't need to be around anymore, but people are so, I don't know, they find any... You know the phrase, misery loves company, right?
Misery loves company.
Misery loves company, yeah. Some people probably just, like, hate themselves or their bloodline or whatever so much that they take it out on other people for something so, you know what I'm getting at?
Yeah, I think also maybe that they may have, like, bad experiences with a certain person of that group, or they just may think that because they're different, they don't have to like them. I'm not saying that you have to like a person, based off of whatever, but I'm also not saying that you can judge them and be, you can't segregate them for it as well. Like, they're people. You don't have to like them. You don't have to like people of different ethnicities, different color, but you don't have to, be upfront and racist about it.
I remember Liam Neeson talked about that a while ago. I don't know if he's still racist or not, but he said due to a bad experience he hated the whole race, which it's still kind of dumb. No, there's no kind of it's. Imagine hating a whole race for a few bad apples.
Yeah, it's...
Well, let me rephrase, because with black people hating white people, it's different, because black people have a good reason to be angry against white people. I just gotta say that, because we did a slavery research in U.S. history. Somebody got beaten over a biscuit, and the treatment against black people is bad.
Even when the slavery ended, we still had segregation and poor treatment of black people. Like, this, let me see, I seen an image, and I believe it was a sink connected to the shower, which means their shower water was not being filtered and cleaned like the regular white people back in that day. It's like they used their shower water with their sink and vice versa. So any like dirt, all that type of nasty shit that you'd wash off in the shower or, what you do after brushing your teeth in the sink, they had to reuse that same water without it being cleaned.
Ugh. It's just nasty to hear.
Like, that's nasty, you know what I mean? And that's the type of conditions they lived in. That's justifiable to hate, the white people of the past or people whose views are still like that. It's reasonable to hold a grudge. However, I think that because we've kind of evolved, or at least most of us have evolved beyond that point, we shouldn't hate each other. You can hate a certain individual or a certain group of individuals, but not like a whole race of individuals.
Ben, dude, you need to like do. No wonder you're better at public speaking than I am. You have all your thoughts formulated already.
No, dude, I'm shit at public speaking. If it's with a person I don't know, it's harder to speak to them. Because, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what their views are. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to get in an argument because they're sitting here judging me for my opinion. You know what I mean? Like what I just said, talking about how that past, you have a right to hate the people of the past for it, but now those of us in the future of that day, we're not all like that anymore. So, I mean? Like we can't judge, like, even if they have a grudge for the people of the past, they shouldn't hate like all of the current white people. You know what I mean? Just
and it goes the same way.
Yeah, it goes the same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's not even just white and black people. It's, you know what I mean? We've got other races and cultures, you know what I mean, that kind of fall in the same line. And you know what I mean? Like, people are people. Regardless of their beliefs, people are people. If you don't like a person, that's fine.
Well, I mean, what if you're in the map community? Oh god.
The fuck is the map community?
Pretty much people believing that adults and children can, the hand sign right here. Pretty much believing they can, fuck the map community. I wish it never existed, and that's not even a joking point. That's serious. Children and adults aren't meant to have sex. It's just not.
It is.
It's pretty much just like pedophilia.
It's why we have a legal age of consent. You know what I mean? Sometimes in states it's a different number, but we still have a age of consent. Like, I believe here in the United States of America, or at least in most countries, it is 16 is the legal age of consent. I might have to double check that. It might be 18. But I think it is 16. Let me check.
Japan is wilding out, though. Oh, God. I just said wilding out. Japan's crazy with that. Their age of consent is like 13, I think.
It is 16. At least here in Indiana.
Look up the age of consent in every state and see how that makes you look, Ben. You're canceled.
Yeah, what do you mean I'm gonna get canceled for that?
Well, I mean, it just makes you look creepy if you know the age of consent forever. It makes you look like a pervert. Pretty weird,
Let me see.
Oh, God, you're actually doing it.
Most of them, it does look like most of them are 16. Arizona's 18. California's 18. Delaware's 18. Let's see. Florida's 18.
Ben,
Idaho's
please.
18.
Please, Ben, you don't have to advance any further.
But yeah, it ranges from like 16, 17 to 18 throughout all of the states. So either way, it's 16, 17, or 18. At least as far as the United States.
So, the racism and pedo topics, those are pretty dark, but, so let's talk about character growth from the beginning of the year to where we are now, because 2020, it's been like a big anime arc for almost every single individual.
It's the full redemption arc.
Oh, yeah, man.
I honestly think that I forget when it was, but there was a time before all the disasters started striking us. You know what I mean? Like we had Edge return at the 2020 Royal Rumble. You know what I mean? Like that was wonderful. And then we had Kobe die, and
it all was down from there.
yeah, it all started going down worse and worse from there. Like some stuff kind of like preluded. You know what I mean? Like we like it's kind of like 2019. Like it's not great, but it's not too bad. And then we had the 2020 Rumble return, and then we had Kobe die, and then it all started going heavily down.
Losing Chadwick sucked.
It really did,
It
man.
sucked, dude. He was out here because I was talking with Hit Kid. He's out here shooting movies with like terminal cancer, I think.
Yeah,
He's out there. Oh man,
he's out here fighting and doing things like this, shooting movies, doing all this stuff, and he was made fun of. Like no one knew that was actually going on until later, and like none of the fans knew. And like in Instagram Live, they were calling him like Cracked Panther because he was skinny and all that on the live video. And what they didn't realize is that was him fighting. That was him fighting his terminal cancer.
yeah.
And
Everybody thinks they know a celebrity or a person,
Yeah,
but they're not behind the scenes. It's gone the show with a lot of shock from other things being uncovered. Fedmeister, Ryan Haywood, Mini Lad.
And another thing that sucks is that there was even a Twitter account that was celebrating the death of Chadwick Boseman. There was that account, and then they tried to switch up their role.
Oh, sure they did.
And
They did.
then there were other people who didn't change their account for it, but were still, celebrating it.
Why would you celebrate the death of Chadwick? I don't get it. I don't
understand. You may not like the character. Like, I like Black Panther, but I can understand that some people might not like him, but you can't celebrate the death of his actor. Because that is a human being, okay? You can forget about the character. That is a actual, that's a person. Okay? The character may not be played on the screen anymore unless they go the comic route where his sister picks up the mantle. Okay, that you like that Black Panther isn't going to be played on the screen anymore, but you don't celebrate the death of the actor. Okay.
Chadwick was a great human being by all accounts. I don't see how you can actually celebrate a death. How fucked in the head do you have to be to celebrate someone like Chadwick? He's not a pedo. He's none of that. All right. He was all around wholesome. What the fuck?
Like with the way that people describe him, he sounded like a really wonderful dude. Like you'd love to meet him. You'd love to hang out with him. And these people are celebrating his death just because they don't like the character. They're probably racist. Like, they probably just don't like the color of his skin.
What a bunch of losers, honestly. Losers.
Like, I don't think I could imagine what goes on in their head when they say or think things like that. Because, you know what I mean? Like, I believe in, like, the equal equality for every person. You don't have to like everybody, but you sure as hell shouldn't discriminate against people.
It's unfortunately in human genetics. Or in the human mentality. I don't get why it's there, but it's there.
Right, and, moving on to another topic that's kind of related is your love for Marvel movies.
Oh, boy. It's going to be hard watching Black Panther, Infinity War, and Endgame again. It really is.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard. Trying to watch those movies and then realizing that actor, he's not there anymore, And they might go the comic route, but I honestly don't think that if they're not going to go the comic route where his sister picks it up, then they shouldn't do it at all. If they're not going to pull the comics, they shouldn't do it at all, honestly, in my opinion. Because that's a good thing that he had there. You can't replace Chadwick Boseman's interpretation of the Black Panther. You know what I mean? Like, if they were going to sit there and go, okay, we're gonna have so and so just replace him. Like, they can't do that. Like, the whole community, a lot of different communities, not even just like the Marvel community, a whole bunch of other communities, they would be outraged by it. I mean, I would be too. So, if they really want to do a continuation, they have to go the comic route where his sister picks up the mantle. They have to. But my thing is I don't know what they can do to fill the gaps, because he can't play the Black Panther anymore. You know what I mean? So they would have to find some way to fill us in on what would happen if they even decide to do another movie, like any movie, because Black Panther is still in the continuity of everything, like the Avengers movies, all that. He's a part of the continuity. So if they even thought about doing another movie that's, related to the whole group of Avengers and not just a singular person, then, they'd have to find something to do.
So, let's go maybe have a little bit of lunch and come back from this quote-unquote little ad break. I don't know.
What are you going to do? Put a NordVPN in there?
I know, Express VPN. I haven't made Express after a while. No.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Raid!
And before we get back to the podcast, here's a word from my sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends.
But not really. Alright, we're back from that 7-second ad break. No, I feel like I got a burp, man. The orange soda kills me. But, I'm glad you volunteered to come onto this podcast.
No, it's no problem, man.
I'm finally not procrastinating and doing what I want to do. It's validating.
It feels wonderful, man.
Oh yeah, now let's get into the deep stuff here. Validation is a key, whether people like to admit it or not. A lot of people do stuff for validation, whether it be for themselves or from somebody else. Man, that orange soda has me out of breath.
Are you sure it's the soda or from you walking up the stairs, you fat fuck?
Oh, really?
No, I'm just kidding. You're skinny.
I'm a scrawny little shit, Ben. But
put your shirt on,
put
you
your
skinny
shirt on.
fuck.
But you see, validation. Now, I stuck on Noah's stream because I wanted to chat, I wanted to talk. But the comment afterwards, "You're the man, Nate," that was incredibly validating. To know that my company is enjoying being kept around. Ben, you ever have those moments?
Oh, yeah. Certainly. Like, a lot of times, if I'm absent, my friends, they tell me it's boring without me. And that feels good. That feels good because that means, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm great for their day. You know what I mean? Like, my humor, just general talking. You know what I mean? Like, they sit there bored as hell, and then, you know what I mean? If I'm not there. And then when I am there, they're actually having fun.
Well, you always were the more social butterfly. I'm a social caterpillar, buddy.
I'm only social if I want to be. Trust me on that one.
Uh-huh. So, crap, we've done so many swift transitions to other topics, man. Our chemistry's been so good, I don't want lunch to break that.
Right. So, you were talking about Noah's stream. What was he streaming?
COD World at War.
COD World at War?
Yeah, or was it World War III? I don't know.
Probably, if you're talking about World War, it's probably World War II. Honestly, I like the game. It's decent, but I don't like the fact that you have to unlock a shit ton of stuff.
The EA special.
The EA special.
You ever see Among Us with the EA video? Would you like to quit the match? $12.99.
Oh my god. I have not. But you know what I mean? Like, you sit here with the military shovel. I like the shovel. It's fine. But I prefer to use a knife in the World War II game. But I'd have to play online a shit ton just to unlock a knife. Like, any of them. I'm like, well, I don't like those locked. You know what I mean? Like, you have to raise your level and keep raising it, and I think that's buns, bro. That's fucking ass.
That's
Because
buns.
look at the Modern Warfare for, I think, of 2019, the one that I've got right now. You don't have to unlock the combat knife, the dual machetes, or the Cali sticks. You know what I mean? They're already there for you, but you do have to unlock different skins for it or whatever, and that's fine.
I got the ray gun, bro. I got the ray gun, bro. Tap it, tap it, tap it.
Oh,
That was just something Noah was talking about on the stream. But imagine having to play online for so many hours to get a knife.
I know, right? And I do remember playing Black Ops 3 Zombies before, and I did get the ray gun at one point, and it was fucking overpowered. I'm gonna tell you that much. It was a great experience because I didn't think I'd be able to pull it out, and then I did. Fucking wonderful.
Thing of beauty, really.
Right, and you know, speaking of games, when are we doing? When are there any plans for like any dates for like the Japan show?
The Japan show,
Cause I think it's episode 22. We just got out. I think yesterday.
yeah, we gotta do it sometime this week because you know, if the COVID tests come back negative, that's a big W.
Right, like, dude, that's a W so big. I'll celebrate with my ginger cunt.
What?
So, have you seen that meme? Dub so big, I had to celebrate with this ginger cunt. And it was that dude standing next to this ginger kid.
Oh,
Well, you know our buddy's a ginger, right?
yeah.
I've even done that with him. I just dub so big, I had to celebrate with this ginger cunt. It's really funny sometimes.
It is comedy.
Dub so big, the Messiah had to praise it.
Exactly. The Ben meme that has transcended the Call League of Nations, along with That's Not Poggers.
Oh my god, dude, I love that. That's not poggers.
Crimby likes Wiggity Swine, your meme is now mine.
I know, right? I don't know how many times he posted that meme since I posted it, the Messiah W.
Well, I mean, it's good meme.
It's a high quality meme. I've even got reaction images I haven't posted yet.
Oh, man.
Honestly, if he wants more memes like that, he should just follow my Instagram. Hey guys, shameless plug here. Follow my Instagram at ClownPimpaCrime for some funny meme content.
Oh, my goodness.
Go ahead and look up Maintenance241 when it's all ready and done, because when MK Ultimate comes out, I'll be using that more often.
You selfishly plug your Instagram. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I gotta get it out there. Because all the homies follow it, and then there are these random ass people that follow it too.
Some of them are just bots, I don't know.
Clown Pimp of Crime is gaining popularity.
Oh, man.
I mean, I find memes, take, steal, make, and then post them for the one. Like, TQT, he's wonderful. Like, his editing software is fucking wonderful. And he's the one that did the that Tyler 1 meme with the scorpion get over here.
Get over here.
Where he's got the the get over here intro, and then it changes into the regular spear move, and he goes, "Get over here, bitch!" Ah!
You gotta love the amount of effort editors put in for the people they're editing for.
I think it's great because he's also got the I believe it's MK3 music in the background. It's great. It's really great.
Yo, Ben, listen, man, we need to get 10 people to play Among Us sometime, you know?
Yeah, we really do need to get a lot of people to play Among Us.
My thirst for Among Us is high, alright? You watch Charlie, Jacksepticeye,
Nate, you're
Charlie's
thirstier
football.
for Among Us than the Simps are for Pokemon.
Listen, man, Among Us is a good... I see what Noah meant by he's addicted. Hey, man, look. Critical, Jack, Pews, offline, they make you want to play Among Us.
Dude, I think we should have a get together and we should just play Among Us with 10 people. Like, we should get, the Kalon, we should get, if we need to get anybody else, we've got the downtown server maybe.
Yeah, we'd have to, see if Malik, Jamal, and a Hit Kid are up. Malik, Jamal, Cal, and Hit Kid are all up for it.
Right. And we also got to get the other boys too, you know.
Apparently Jamal's good at Among Us. I'll challenge that theory if we play together. We're gonna see how good he is. We're gonna see if he's the master detective.
Nate, if he's anything like Status, he's dying first.
Wait, what do you mean by that? Is it because he's black?
I'm gonna...
No.
No, it's because Status is like the Bruce Wayne out of the Cologne when we play Among Us. This man's is a master detective most of the time. Like, I about guarantee you, if we went back and looked at Status's hunches, 96% of the time, he was correct.
Yeah.
There was like that 4% where he thought it was somebody because, you know, that's all the evidence he had. But, you know what I mean? He's a really great master detective. And that's why he got killed first most of the time. And then eventually it went from they downplayed Status's detective skills and started killing me first.
You keep dying.
They kept killing me first. It's bullying. Like, oh, I'm sitting here trying to do my task and y'all just come up and murder me.
Well,
You're not gonna murder Noah, who like he shouts and he screams, and like a lot of people follow what he says. So like, you know what I mean? Like he's got a major role in the discussion, and then we've got the detective Status, and then we've got Krim, who's straight up calling out people he thinks he's sus. Like those people are the ones you want to get first because then you can lie, cheat, and steal your way to the W, and they don't do it. They kill me.
I mean, usually they're either with someone or they don't really follow exactly an honor code. You know what I'm saying? So, but Hit Kid is the god of gods of Among Us, and you always need to kill Hit Kid first. If Noah and Hit Kid are dead, it can be easy street. Except for Brayden when Brayden's the imposter.
Dude, like I've caught Brayden lacking during his imposter rounds twice, and the funny thing is that no one believed me. They thought it was cool to wait it out because they thought he had an alibi, and then it turns out to be Brayden.
Brayden getting 4 imposter rounds in a row.
And yeah, what's funny was that whole time, that whole session, I hadn't gotten imposter a single time.
Huh. You remember when Brayden killed you and Noah was walking down to O2?
Oh my
and,
God.
And Brayden tried to frame me and we tied and it didn't work. And here's an Among Us try. I kill Ben first almost every time because he follows me when I'm the imposter. When I'm the crewmate, we go our separate ways. But when I'm the imposter,
what's funny?
I think I should follow Nate.
Remember the time I was imposter too and I killed you first just to get vengeance?
Yeah. We kill each other in the same place on the scale, right next to that vent under navigation.
Yeah, bro, we had it was the reactor. It was near the reactor. It was the engine beneath the reactor. We'd always kill each other right there.
You want outdated strats? I get accused of doing the self-report, but I stopped doing that a month ago. I always get caught now. It worked the first couple of times, but I'm not slick anymore.
I don't ever self-report.
I don't believe that.
Not unless I can find a way to wait it out. Because think about it. If you look at my imposter rounds, in the past, have you seen me self-report?
Once.
Maybe once. And the thing, my strategy is I'll kill them, I'll leave, I'll make sure I'm far away, I'll make sure I find somebody to stay with. And so, I'll kind of branch off and around, kind of stay away from the body, but if I've run out of areas to explore, I will go and I'll find the body. That's smart. Revealing strats to the whole crew.
The whole crew.
The whole crew in the Meme Xpress.
Dang, bro, you got the whole crew laughing.
Damn, bro, you got the whole squad laughing.
That's pretty much what happens every time I make a little joke. It's just...
Damn, bro, you got the whole squad laughing. So, is there any other questions or any, topics you want to talk about?
I mean, we can continue talking about like Among Us or New Year's resolutions or whatever.
New Year's resolutions, I never have any. I really don't.
Dang, you're such a dynamic, complex person, Ben.
Such a complex, but no,
When I grow up, I want to be like you, Ben.
like like I don't really care to make one because I know what I need to do. Because if I know I need to do something, I'm not gonna make a resolution to do it and then end up putting it off like a lot of people. I'm just going to do it. It doesn't.
Oh, Ben calling everybody out.
It doesn't have to be a new year to do something like that. You know what I mean? If someone wants to lose weight as their New Year's resolution, don't wait until New Year's in that year to do it. Just do it now.
Dude, you need to be like a life coach one day.
Life coach.
A life coach.
Life coach Connell.
New IWA gimmick.
Oh my god, the new IWA gimmick. Dude, that'd be funny.
I got a couple of resolutions though.
Oh yeah?
I want to take more risk in radio and TV if, this quarantine starts to end, because it's what I want to do. I want to be editing. I want to be a cameraman.
Yeah, radio and TV, it seems it's going to help a lot. Especially, we're doing IWA, and there might be other stuff that you want to do that branches away from that topic, but, it stays there. Like, the fundamentals stay there, and I think that's very important. So, you know what I mean? You need to get on, your teachers, your counselors, you need to get on their ass about it.
Well, I'm not a Kevin, okay?
You don't have to be a Kevin about it. I mean, you don't have to be a Kyle about it either, but, you just need to get onto them. You need to tell them, I want to do this, because that is what this is for. This is for guiding you on the right path, whether it's going to college or finding a job right after high school or, finding what you want to major in. That's what this is for.
No, I already know what I want to major in. I'm locked in on that, for real. That's why I'm going for the National Merit Scholarship.
So if, if you're in a situation where you can do more, to help your field of study and what you want to do, then go for it. Ask teachers, ask counselors, get them on that shit. Because that's what they're there for. They're there to help you.
Yeah, bro, you need
And
help.
to get paid, not a lot of cash for what they do, but,
We're going to pay you $7.25 per hour.
I don't even... Do they get paid minimum wage for that shit?
For what?
For teaching.
No, they don't get paid enough, though.
Hold on, let me look up the average teacher's salary. I've gotta see.
Unless the teacher is, being a dick or harassing students or being, that type of way, and students talk to... I feel bad for the teachers. They gotta copy the assignments, take time away from their families, and deal with, a bunch of loudmouths. There's a reason I'm quiet in high school. I don't want to talk to most of these people. Ooh, look at me, I'm so edgy. But that's what it is, Ben. I prefer to just stick to my small friend groups.
So, they get paid... Primary school gets paid $14.77. Middle school gets paid $20, and a high school teacher gets paid $21.79. Now, to me, if I was living by myself, I might be able to, use that money to pay for all of the stuff that I need. Just maybe, just for myself. But a lot of these teachers, they have kids or a significant other, so there's a lot more bills to pay. That's probably why they don't get paid enough. Because I think their salary is enough to pay for one person with, minimalistic ideals. No extra shit. Just bills, food, maybe one thing for a hobby. You know what I mean? They can, use it if they've got, that survivalist, if they've got the minimalist type setup. But a lot of us like to indulge in entertainment and things like that. And, of course, we've got stuff like the water bills and all that. So they don't get paid enough for, what we need and what we want.
What we need is more important than what we want, to be honest. That's a hot take. Well, I mean, some people can't help it. Right now, have different views. Right now, I'm just focused on what you need, which is why I don't want too much for Christmas or, my birthday. I just want to be loved.
Yeah, like for Christmas, I was telling them there's like only a couple things that I actually want, and one of the major ones is actually just like for my hobby or what I want to do later on. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sitting here like, yeah, I need to muse. I need to see like how these products works because, you know what I mean? I'm trying to make knives and I'm trying to profit from it. And I know what I want to do when, like I want to like maybe start when I'm 18 in a Menards, maybe learn more about the hardware and also find a way to learn welding. Because welding's an important part if you're trying to make things like swords. Knives, you can take a regular piece of steel and work with it.
Ben's about to commit the Zelda crime.
Which is why working at Menards and figuring out the tools would be important first, because before you make a sword, you obviously want to learn how to make a knife. And so, understanding the materials that you use, understanding the tools, that would be great. So right now, I'm trying to get design concepts and like blueprints and things written down, but, I don't really have too many knives. That's why I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, if it's a birthday or a Christmas, slide me a knife. I want to look at it. I want to examine it so I can get the creative juices flowing.
Uh-oh, Ben, you're quiet. People are going to take that the wrong way. Terrorist!
Terrorist!
No.
I was called that, because I was talking about C4.
Well, I mean, I don't exactly
they have a
blame
right
them.
to take it that way, honestly, because C4 is, C4. But I wasn't necessarily talking about it like in reality. I was talking about it, in a game. But, video games equals violence is a stupid thing that people have come up with. Because listen to this. If video games had caused violence, I would have been a mass murderer by now. I play Mortal Kombat. That game is like the violent. Like, it's the epitome of violence in games.
You say that now, but watch you be a serial killer here in like 10 years. Whoa.
Whoa. Nah, I'm just playing. No, because I know what I want to do, And so I do hate the stereotypes that are like put against like gamers of like fighting games.
Gamers rise up. We're gonna take down the Chads. We are alpha male gamers.
Because I've seen, you know what I mean. Like someone is even making fun of the stereotype that they cause violence with on their TV. It was a game and they pet an Eevee, and it's one of those like kind of like the pet simulation games, and they did like the typical affection shake or whatever, and so the caption was video games got me like. And so right after the shake, he goes and he pulls a shotgun from underneath and starts, and I thought that was really funny because I'm like, yeah, like, that's exactly what they expect.
Eevee makes them lose control. Let's go.
And then I remember that one chick who got dunked on by like everyone because she's like, and this is why I don't like video games because it appeals to the male fantasy.
No, video games don't appeal to the male fantasy. Pornography does.
Pornography appeals to everybody's fantasy, if we're being real. And, what's funny about that is there was also one where someone edited a clip right after that where it's a video what the dude goes, I was planning to build a farm here. You built Auschwitz in my Minecraft server.
Oh, yes. What really gets me going? Auschwitz. Gosh.
Oh, my God. Like, they act like video games are already, like, based towards the male fantasy, but, there are video games for women, too.
I mean, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And hell, sometimes those games that they say are directed towards men, sometimes women play those games, too.
That's very true.
Like, you know what I mean? A lot of people say that Mortal Kombat, you know what I mean? It appeals to a male fantasy in some sort of way. It's violent, but
it appeals to an Xbox 360 game chat fantasy. You spam Sub-Zero, you motherfucker, you're trash.
Trash, bro. All you do is slide. Stop your grab spamming, bro, and do combos.
Subscribe to Ben's Only Grabs account.
Oh, yeah, and then there's, like, the weird rage text, like, I fucked your mother so hard last night, you know what I mean?
Why'd you use Arnold's voice?
Not even Arnold, no, it was on one of Foxy's streams, one of Foxy Grandpa's streams, And he's got it as like a sound effect, like one of the Twitch sound effects, where this dude with the accent goes, "I fucked your mother so hard." And then there's like funny rage reactions where this dude was raging and he has it labeled as blood pressure, and he goes, and this dude in the background goes, "You're gonna check your blood pressure. You're gonna end at the hospital." How'd you get here, MK? Get him an IV, please.
Someone send help.
You know what I mean? There's funny stuff like that, but you know what I mean? I think it's basically because of like women proportions that they would think that MK is based towards like a male fantasy, but there are women that play MK too. There are women that play Injustice. You know what I mean? These are like pure fighting games.
Pure fighting games.
Pure fighting games. Honestly, people get the male fantasy thing from fucking Street Fighter. We all know why, bro. Those proportions are crazy.
Dude, you aren't turned on by M. Bison. I'm disappointed in you, man.
You weren't turned on by Rainbow Mika. I'm heavily disappointed in you.
Don't strike against my waifu.
You're not turned on by Laura. How dare you? How dare you exist? And I sit here playing fucking Akuma. Like, I don't care about most of the cast. Honestly, I sit here and I fucking main Akuma. I play Zangief on the side, but you know.
I wonder where Zangief is. I think villain therapy helped him a lot.
Oh my god. Muscle!
You may be a bad guy, but that does not mean
you're a bad guy. Oh my gosh. Remembering that now. Oh my god. Remember, there's Satan in there too. There was Satan in that group chat, and it reminds me of the meme where there's just Satan sitting there and he's like, "I'm a big fan of your work."
Thanks, Satan.
Thanks, Satan.
Dude, like, Wreck-It Ralph, it can be a bit nostalgic seeing Bowser and Eggman there, but dude, you remember that empty feeling when we beat Super Mario Bros.
Bro.
On the Wii? This is what we've been working for like 7 years, and we're finally done.
I mean, it's because we couldn't play it, you know, like every day, but like going to our grandma's house. If you count how many days we were there and how many days we actually played Mario, I think it would be maybe a couple months worth of, you know, time. And to think about it, just because we started when we were kids, and then it kind of like grew. We kind of grew up with the game. And with that, my tactics also increased, because you remember,
we need power-ups, Nate. We need power-ups if we want to enter this castle. You don't need power-ups.
I remember there was World 1, Level 2, where there was like that star rush, and I'm like, you can bubble, because when I picked up the star, I would start sprinting and getting fucking 1-ups.
Woo!
Yeah, just, you know, because with the star, you know, you run really fast, you jump really high, and if you start killing things in quick succession with star, you get 1-ups. Which is why I'm like, dude, bubble. And Gina, she kept getting killed because I'm like, you might want to bubble, and you guys wouldn't want to bubble, so I started taking off, and you guys started getting mad at me because I'm sitting here getting 1-ups, and you fucking died because you didn't want to bubble or even run with me.
Well, I mean, what if you died? That happened before. The whole bubble method is like trust issues. Man.
I knew the course in and out. I knew World 1, Level 2 in and out. Because I played it. Because back when our other Grandma Paula, back when she had it, we played Mario on there as well. Back when we had the Wii as well.
And then we beat it, and then it's such an empty feeling because this is what we worked for.
And
this
so
is what we've been through for
what
years.
I did was, while we were at Grandma Paula's, is I was solo playing. So I played World 1, Level 2 over and over and over again, getting 1-ups, going to 1-up houses. You remember how many lives I had back when we all decided to play together again?
Oh yeah, like 72 try.
Dude.
Sweaty, dude.
No, I had 95 fucking lives.
Still a sweaty trial.
So I basically could carry you guys. Like, I could take all the risks while you guys stayed behind, because I sat here with 95 fucking lives, so we would never get a game over. Dude, that was so sweaty.
Yeah.
I think my record on Grandma Anna's, I think my record for lives was 65.
65. That's pretty. That's also very.
That's really fucking sweaty. Anything over 30 in lives is fucking sweaty.
Hey Ben,
What?
I got a question. So when you finished binging Naruto, how empty did you feel inside?
Kinda empty. It felt strange to have a series that was like over like 800 episodes long and then you finish it after like watching it every day. And then I got the game and then I beat the fucking story. And I'm like, I already know what happens, but I'll beat it anyways.
Dude, like there you got binge watching until the series finale. When the series finale's over, it's just like it's empty.
It's empty. You gotta find something new very quickly.
Here's the thing, though. I can. That's not me, man. If I finish it, I want more. I want to know what happened. It's like you remember Sonic X, right? We watched it in our childhood. I'm like, let's do it. Let's revisit childhood for a bit.
Yeah, dude, we still need to watch that together. We still need to watch.
And then I binge it. All right, this is like about 4 days through the whole week, 78 episodes. Then when it's done, Sonic gives us thumbs up because he's an optimistic son of a bitch. And then it's over. The credits play, and I'm like, wow, that was pretty poggers.
And you said more.
Yeah, I went. The reason why there wasn't a season 4 was because four kids shut down. I would have liked to see what happened. I'd have liked to see, what happened to Shadow. Tails' recovery from having to kill someone he loved so much at 8 years old. Japan.
Dude, Japan is. Dude, anime can get crazy, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You think it's all sunshine and rainbows until you watch Goblin Slayer. The first episode, there's a goblin rape, and then
Huh? What?
because they did their fucking research on goblins, and then Goblin Slayer comes in, fucking beats the bloody mess out of him. So then there's a shit ton of violence.
That's anime, I guess.
But that's the first episode. That set the tone. It didn't ever get that bad for the rest of the series, like in a single episode. But the theme, like in the first episode, that shit stuck. Like it truly set the tone for how dark it was going to be because it never got as extreme as it did for the rest of the series. But there was still, and there was still some shit there.
And that's sometimes the best TV show or story. It's dark, but it's not too dark where it borders on edgy. Like, let's say, for example, someone gets tortured. You don't need to go all out and describe each step. His bone was slowly ripped from his body as he screamed, "Ah!"
Right, you know what I mean? Honestly, Goblin Slayer was a great one because it wasn't just violent. It wasn't just pure violence. We had arcs, we had characters, and a whole bunch of different shit. It was pretty nice.
Anime when they focus on one main character, be like, die.
I know, right? Like, we don't necessarily see too much. Like there's not really a scene without Goblin Slayer in it. However, they still find a way to build character while he's there.
Freaking the first season of Beyblade. Help me, Jenga!
Oh my
Jenga,
god.
no!
Oh my god. Dude, he was so OP. Nerf the fuck out of him, please. This man he lost like once, bro. Throughout the first season, he lost once. Once.
It was refreshing to see.
I thought that shit was refreshing.
Can somebody explain how Beyblades have fucking mystical powers and manage to blow humans back like...
Bro, that was just the way it was. And then they made the toys. So then I sat there being able to imagine all that shit go on as we had, two tops spinning on the floor. And so now, you know what I mean? Like, I've been looking to sell them. Like, they're probably worth a shit ton of money now because I've got some old ones and I've got, some newer gen ones, but not like the new non-Jenga series. Like, I've got from, the OG shit. Like, the OG, like, from the Jenga era. Like, that's the shit I've got.
Ben K is still so... Ben K is such a glutton. I don't know how the guy doesn't stop. He can consume like 100. He just sits there.
He's
and
a simp for Kyoya.
He sits there and he consumes cheeseburgers.
Oh my god.
I mean, hey man, they did make me hungry though. Not good. It's
Dude,
the worst. When
I
you're
honestly
watching a
think
show.
that's one of those anime foods that like make you hungry. Like it doesn't even look fucking realistic, but it makes you hungry. Just the fucking cheeseburgers from Beyblade.
Those cheeseburgers are cursed. Anytime I think about them, I'm hungry.
Dude, I am already fucking hungry. I didn't necessarily eat a lunch, but I will.
Beyblade cheeseburger. Cheesy.
Beyblade cheeseburger.
Fresh. Steamed.
Honestly, the only reason why I fucking actually decided to try cheeseburgers was fucking Beyblade. And so now you sit here and I order a fucking bacon double and then ketchup from Sonic now. You know, that's evolution.
Five Guys sits over both of ours though. Five Guys is pretty good.
Dude, Burger King fries. Like we said earlier, Burger King fries, dude, that shit is top.
I mean, Five Guys is guaranteed to have some soul on them, and it's got a little
yeah,
bit
but
of salt.
I don't like how I don't even know if they're undercooked or if they're just overcooked or if they just like have them wet. But you know what I mean? Like they're kind of they're moist.
I mean,
like they sat there, fried them, and then let them sit in cold grease.
I mean, I don't know how Five Guys works, but that's kind of how fryers go, I guess. I don't have enough experience around fryers.
Well, see, I do work the fryers, and let me tell you, if the fries are done, they're not all, squiggly and mushy and shit like that. They're solid. Like other places, like McDonald's fries, BK's fries, Sonic fries, they're all, like, straight. Well, as straight as they usually are. And typically, it's usually if one's kind of undercooked, because Five Guys fries, they're kind of cold, a little bit. Typically, by the time we get them anyways, they're kind of cold.
Dude, your large popcorn chicken is delicious, though. Let me just say that.
Dude, the Sonic chicken is fucking dope. I'm telling you. It's one of the... It's not necessarily popular, but we, on the inside, we know that shit's good.
Exactly. I put it in my mouth. It's such a refreshing taste. I love it. It's fresh chicken.
It's fucking hot, too.
Not that shitty chicken from McDonald's.
Not the shitty chicken from McDonald's, you know what I mean?
Frozen beef.
Frozen beef,
dude.
my ass.
Wendy's over McDonald's any day. That's it, man. Their chicken sandwiches are better than.
Dude, Chick-fil-A over Wendy's every fucking day.
Ooh, man, I love Chick-fil-A, honestly.
Honestly, it's expensive, but you do get high quality food.
Yeah, it's like an equal exchange. Well, if you have money.
This is the law of equivalent exchange.
Exactly. Dude,
because they are a lot more expensive than regular fast food, but I promise you the quality of their shit is magnifique. And I know what to pronounce it. Magnifique. Moi.
I don't know.
Hey, paisanos, it's the Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
Help me, Luigi. I'm stuck in the pipe.
Help me, Luigi. I'm stuck in the toilet.
Help me, stepbro.
What are you doing, stepbro? Oh my god.
I'm coming, Mario. No.
I'm coming, Mario. I thought you said you needed to fix the pipe. That's the wrong pipe, Luigi.
That's cursed. That's a curse. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
Oh my god.
The impersonation was on point.
Really?
That's the wrong pipe, Luigi.
That's the wrong pipe, Luigi. Oh my god.
I mean, you sound more like Eminem saying that there.
That's the wrong pipe, Luigi.
I'm coming, Mario.
I'm coming, Mario.
I mean, that can go either way. This is like Wilbur Soup.
Yeah, Luigi, but you're standing still.
You know what isn't, Mario? This reminds me of Wilbur Soup constantly teasing Jay Schlatt during this Minecraft episode. So, are you coming? What? Can we go 2 minutes without you making a joke about something sexual?
Oh my god. Yes, dude, Minecraft is wonderful. I'm so glad I bought it. I didn't need to buy it, but I'm glad I bought it.
Yeah, after that, I'm gonna have to send you the Minecraft. Minecraft Pocket Edition.
Oh boy, work. All right, so
Let
I'll
me see. I want to. No.
yes.
You gotta confront him about it.
Yeah. Okay.
He seems like such a nice manager.
He's a nice guy, but you know my time there is up. My time is up. Gaming time is now.
Well, no, getting your grades up are now.
Pretty much.
This is exactly like I remember we were talking character growth before we got into like the depressing 2020 stuff. We never finished it, so we need a good final topic here. Character growth. How have you grown from January to right now?
Honestly, I'd say fighting game experience and definitely social conversations.
How so in social conversations?
Because before, you know, I'd kind of just go at it without really giving a single fuck. But now I kind of, you know, try and interpret humor a bit more with each person. You know what I mean? Like I made you laugh with the fucking Luigi joke.
That's the wrong pipe, Luigi.
That's the wrong pipe, Luigi.
But, dude, we're brothers. I don't know, I feel like people can misinterpret we act rude towards each other, but it's all fun.
Yeah, it's all fun. Remember, what was it? We were throwing, like, fucking insults at each other at one time.
Yeah.
Like, back when we were in the apartments, we were just, or it was here, when we were just, like, throwing fucking insults at each other.
Gotta talk about C4, you freaky terrorist.
Hey, you better,
School shooter head on.
You better calm down, you fucking twig.
School shooter jokes aren't funny anymore.
Not anymore, no. I made one that made a teacher laugh.
Middle school. Wait,
no, high school. Freshman year.
Oh, freshman.
Not freshman year, my bad. Sophomore year.
Oh, so that makes more sense. But, so anything else on character growth, you know? No?
I'd say more of like, you know, fighting game wise. I've learned a lot more from watching. Because beforehand, I would just go into practice mode, figure out special moves, a couple buttons for basic shit, and just go at them with combos. But now I'm figuring out more of like a whole bunch of different shit.
Well, I'm talking about as a human, but not
as a human being.
I don't want to get political, but
what the fuck is mayonnaise?
And is it an instrument?
I don't know. Go downstairs, grab it from the fridge. Let's fucking find out.
So, before I get to mine, are you done?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I've more of adapted to just like, you know, social conversations and, you know, finding out what to say to who, what, of course, not to fucking say. You know what I mean?
You know, don't call women, you know, the C-U-N-T-S, you know.
Right.
Don't say that to women.
Yeah, alright, so, yeah, now you can get started on yours.
Oh, alright, well, January, I had low self-esteem, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was pretty quiet, I pretty much stayed in my room all day, which is kind of how it still can be, but, you know, I went from that to, where I am now. I talk more, I'm more honest, I don't like to hide stuff anymore. More upfront. I have medium self-esteem, whatever that is. I'm still in my room. And everything's good. Hey, Ben, quit texting and pay attention to me.
I'm texting my boss, Nate.
Okay. I'm your boss. What are you trying to bite my finger?
Yeah. No, I'm just fucking messing around.
T-Rex head ass. No.
Yeah, except my arms aren't fucking short. Whoa, Nate, that looks like a scene straight out of a gay porno. You should ask Lars Sullivan for some tips.
Don't you mean Dylan Miles? Given that message board stuff he posted, he had it coming.
He had that shit coming. Anyway, so back to you as a person.
I pretty much described almost everything. I am learning how to navigate my way through drama and try to make those social bonds and connections without feeling afraid. And I had the confidence to get a job, so that's pretty nice. There's still one major flaw, though. My manager called it out within, like, the first few days we met each other. Overcomplicating things, overthinking things. He says instead of sitting there thinking, you should do, you know what I'm saying? And I agree with that. Which is why I'm starting this podcast, That Newness Honest. Good life advice can change someone's life. And I'm trying to adapt to the social part of life. First online, and I'm kind of doing it in real person.
Adapting to social life, yeah. We also need to adapt to social distancing as well.
Well.
Don't touch me! I'll call your fucking manager!
I'll do everything in my power to get you fired.
Anyway, so is that it for the podcast today?
The podcast? Yeah, I'll have you back again sometime soon.
Alright, yeah, it was great to be on here.
Thank you. Checking your non-existent watch.
I'm checking my knuckle, but, you know.
Your knuckle?
Yeah, they got a fucking cut.
Knuckle this. Nah. Oh, you got a cut on your knuckle?
Yeah.
Dang. Where'd that come from?
Probably from work.
Well, yeah. I got a cut on my ear one time.
Man, I've had tons of fucking cuts.
Yeah. Jeff Hardy is like sitting there like, really? That's all you can take when he had his earlobe pulled on?
you got the piercing.
You know, twice. It got caught in a ladder and it was so, ugh.
He got it handcuffed to the fucking ladder, and then there was the thing with the screwdriver.
Oh. And that led to an underrated Randy Orton feud.
Yeah.
And, well, that'll be all for the podcast, Ben. Thank you for coming on, even though we live in the same fucking house.
Right. And don't forget, guys, are we still gonna do it, or has that window passed already for the sponsor joke?
You can do another sponsor joke.
All right.
We're inclusive here.
We're inclusive. And this podcast was brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends is an RPG where you can build your team and fight off enemies. Click the link down in the comment section below to download Raid Shadow Legends and use the code NDE for a free 5-star hero and 800 silver.
Nice job, Ben. I like that. Alright, see ya.